Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today's update reveals one of the darkest and most shocking twists in the Bold and the Beautiful history. The once strong bond of friendship between Electra and Remy turns into a nightmare of betrayal, obsession, and an unforgivable crime. This gripping story takes viewers on a harrowing journey through deceit, heartbreak, and a desperate attempt to cover up an unthinkable act. Let's dive into the full details of this chilling plot. Electra's struggle after her fall from grace. Electra is at her lowest point. After being unceremoniously fired from her job, she is left humiliated, angry, and searching for answers. Her dismissal was the result of scandalous, AI-generated images of her in compromising positions. These images, completely fabricated, were convincing enough to ruin her reputation and cost her everything she worked so hard to build. The betrayal hits Electra hard. She is certain someone close to her orchestrated this cruel act, but she doesn't know who or why. Searching for comfort and solace, Electra turns to the one person she has always trusted, Remy. She confides in him, pouring out her heart and expressing her pain and frustration. For Electra, Remy has always been a loyal friend, a shoulder to lean on during difficult times. She believes he has her back, unaware that the man she trusts most is the one responsible for her suffering. Remy's secret obsession. While Electra sees Remy as nothing more than a friend, his feelings for her are far more complicated. For years, Remy has secretly been in love with Electra. His affection for her has grown into an unhealthy obsession, one he has kept hidden behind a mask of friendship. Seeing Electra succeed, thrive, and exist beyond his reach fueled a dark jealousy within him. That jealousy, combined with his obsession, led him down a dangerous path. Unbeknownst to Electra, Remy is the one who created the AI-generated images that destroyed her career. Using advanced technology, he fabricated the photos and leaked them, knowing the damage they would cause. For Remy, it was a twisted attempt to control her life and bring her closer to him, a plan that spiraled out of control with devastating consequences. The shocking discovery. During one of their conversations, Electra notices a computer on Remy's desk with an open image editing program. Something about it catches her attention. Her curiosity leads her to investigate further, and what she finds leaves her horrified. On the screen are the very AI-generated images that led to her downfall. In an instant, Electra pieces together the truth. Remy, the person she trusted most, is the one who orchestrated the entire scandal. Overwhelmed with anger and betrayal, Electra confronts Remy. She demands to know why he would do something so cruel, how he could destroy her life after everything they'd been through. Remy stammers, trying to explain himself, but his excuses only fuel her fury. Electra threatens to go to the police, vowing to expose his actions and ensure he faces justice for what he has done. A tragic turn. Remy panics. The thought of losing everything, his secret obsession with Electra, his freedom, his reputation, is too much to bear. In a moment of blind desperation, he grabs a hammer from a nearby table and strikes Electra on the head. The force of the blow is fatal. Electra collapses, lifeless, as the weight of what Remy has done sinks in. The room falls silent, save for the sound of Remy's panicked breathing. He stares at Electra's body, paralyzed by the enormity of his actions. In one impulsive, irreversible moment, he has crossed a line he can never return from. The friend he claimed to love is now gone, and he is the one responsible. A desperate cover-up. Realizing the gravity of his crime, Remy scrambles to cover his tracks. He knows that if anyone discovers what he has done, his life will be over. Under the cover of night, Remy takes Electra's body to a remote forest. There, he digs a shallow grave and buries her, hoping to erase all evidence of his involvement. As he covers the grave with dirt, Remy is overcome with fear and guilt. The reality of his actions weighs heavily on him, and he begins to unravel under the pressure. While he hopes the body will remain undiscovered, he knows deep down that secrets like this have a way of coming to light. The aftermath. Electra's sudden disappearance raises immediate suspicion. Friends, family, and former colleagues notice her absence and begin to ask questions. Her recent scandal only adds to the intrigue, with many wondering if the stress pushed her to flee or if something more sinister has occurred. Investigators are brought in to look into her whereabouts, and the timeline of events leading up to her disappearance becomes a critical focus. For Remy, the days that follow are a waking nightmare. He tries to maintain a facade of normalcy, but the guilt and paranoia eat away at him. Every interaction feels like a potential threat, every question a possible accusation. The weight of his secret grows heavier with each passing moment, and the cracks in his composure become more apparent. Unraveling the truth. As the investigation intensifies, it becomes clear that Electra's disappearance is no accident. Clues begin to surface, and suspicions start to point toward those closest to her. Remy's behavior raises eyebrows, and the evidence he thought he had buried with Electra's body begins to resurface. The walls are closing in, and it's only a matter of time before the truth comes to light. What's next? This harrowing storyline leaves viewers on the edge of their seats. Will Remy's secret stay buried, or will the truth come out, exposing him for the monster he has become? How will those who loved and cared for Electra react when they uncover the betrayal and violence that led to her tragic end? And what will be the ultimate fallout for Remy as his world crumbles around him? This chilling chapter in The Bold and the Beautiful explores the darkest corners of love, obsession, and betrayal. It's a story that will leave a lasting impact on the characters and the viewers alike, as the consequences of one man's actions ripple through the lives of everyone involved. Next, the disappearance of Electra takes a dark and tragic turn, leaving her loved ones reeling from grief and shock. The unfolding drama brings heartbreak, an intense police investigation, and a shocking revelation that changes everything. Let's dive into the full story. Will's growing concern. The storyline begins with Electra's boyfriend, Will, growing increasingly anxious about her sudden disappearance. At first, Will assumes Electra simply needed some time alone to process her recent challenges. Electra had been through so much recently, and he believed she might have taken a walk or gone somewhere to clear her head. However, as days go by without any word from her, Will's concern turns into panic. His repeated attempts to contact Electra go unanswered, and it becomes clear that something is very wrong. Will, deeply in love with Electra, begins to fear the worst. His mind races with possibilities, but none of them prepare him for the truth. Unable to shake the feeling that Electra might be in danger, Will decides to report her missing to the police. His sense of urgency is palpable as he recounts the last time he saw her, desperately hoping for any sign that she is safe. For Will, the waiting becomes unbearable, as each passing moment without news of Electra feels like an eternity. The police investigation. Once the missing person report is filed, the police launch a full-scale investigation into Electra's disappearance. They comb through her known whereabouts, search nearby areas, and interview those closest to her. Flyers are distributed, and the public is asked to help locate the missing woman. As the days go by, hope begins to wane. The investigation takes a grim turn when the police discover a body in a remote forest. Though they fear the worst, they proceed with caution, determined to confirm the identity of the victim. Tests and identification confirm what everyone dreads: the body is Electra's. The discovery sends shockwaves through Electra's friends and family. Will is devastated when he receives the news. The love of his life, the person he cherished most, is gone. Overwhelmed by grief, Will struggles to understand how anyone could harm someone as kind and gentle as Electra. He blames himself, believing that he should have been there for her, that he could have protected her if only he had known she was in danger. His heartache is compounded by guilt, and his pain is evident to everyone around him. Unraveling the mystery, the police quickly shift their focus to solving Electra's murder. They scour the forest for evidence, analyze the scene, and begin piecing together the events leading up to her death. The breakthrough comes when they review security camera footage from the areas near Electra's last known location. What they uncover is both shocking and damning. The footage reveals Remy, one of Electra's closest friends, acting suspiciously. Further evidence connects him to the scene of the crime, and the police gather enough proof to issue a warrant for his arrest. Remy is apprehended, and the interrogation begins. At first, he denies everything, claiming innocence and attempting to explain away the evidence. But as the questioning intensifies, the weight of his guilt becomes too much to bear. Finally, Remy breaks down and confesses to the crime, revealing the twisted motivations behind his actions. A shocking confession. Remy admits that his love for Electra had consumed him for years. His obsession, hidden behind the facade of friendship, grew darker when he saw Electra in a loving relationship with Will. For Remy, Electra's love for Will was unbearable. Jealousy and resentment festered until they boiled over, driving him to commit an unforgivable act. Remy reveals that he felt invisible to Electra, that his unrequited love turned into a bitter rage when he realized she would never return his feelings. In his mind, if he couldn't have her, no one could. His confession leaves the police, and Will, stunned. The depth of Remy's betrayal is almost incomprehensible. Will confronts Remy. For Will, learning the truth behind Electra's murder brings both clarity and unbearable pain. Determined to confront the man responsible for taking the love of his life, Will visits Remy in custody. The confrontation is emotional and raw, as Will demands answers. Why? Will asks, his voice trembling with anger and grief. Why did you do this to her? She trusted you. She thought you were her friend. Remy's response is chilling. He admits to being driven by jealousy, unable to cope with the fact that Electra had chosen Will over him. She loved you, Remy says, his voice filled with bitterness. And I couldn't stand it. You had everything I wanted. Hearing these words, Will is overwhelmed by a mix of rage and sorrow. The man who had been a part of Electra's life, someone she had trusted and confided in, had betrayed her in the worst way imaginable. Will walks away from the confrontation, determined to honor Electra's memory, but forever haunted by the circumstances of her death. The fallout. The impact of Electra's murder reverberates throughout her circle of friends and family. The revelation that Remy, someone so close to her, was capable of such a heinous act leaves everyone questioning their own judgment. How could they not have seen the signs? How could someone so trusted harbor such darkness? For Will, the loss is devastating. He must now navigate life without Electra, carrying the weight of her memory and the pain of losing her so tragically. He vows to keep her spirit alive, ensuring that her kindness and love are never forgotten. As for Remy, his confession seals his fate. He faces the full force of the law for his actions, and the consequences of his crime will follow him for the rest of his life. The friendship he once cherished is now a tragic memory, overshadowed by his jealousy and betrayal. What's next? This storyline marks one of the most tragic and intense arcs in The Bold and the Beautiful. Electra's disappearance and murder leave a lasting impact on everyone involved, with themes of love, obsession, and betrayal driving the narrative. Will's grief, the police investigation, and Remy's shocking confession create a storyline filled with emotional depth and suspense. Fans are left wondering how the characters will move forward from such a devastating event. Will justice bring closure, or will the scars of this tragedy linger for years to come? Next, we delve into some exciting updates, both on and off the screen. Linnea Grace, known for her captivating portrayal of Electra Forrester on The Bold and the Beautiful, has been making headlines recently for reasons beyond her character's dramatic arcs. From her personal life to the complex dynamics of Electra's romantic storyline, we have a lot to unpack. Let's get started. Electra's blossoming romance hits turbulence. On screen, Electra Forrester's romantic journey has been capturing hearts. Since her first encounter with Will Spencer, sparks have flown, and their chemistry has been undeniable. Fans have been rooting for the pair as their love story unfolds, with many calling it the kind of romance that could define the next era of the bold and the beautiful. Cupid's arrow struck during their serendipitous meet-cute, leaving Electra smitten. But as is often the case in the soap world, trouble looms on the horizon. While Will seems like the perfect partner, Electra's lingering connection to her so-called friend Remy could spell disaster. Unbeknownst to her, Remy has been manipulating her life from the shadows, creating deepfakes and spreading them online. This brewing storm threatens to disrupt her budding happiness with Will, setting the stage for intense drama. Linnea Grace, falling in love off-screen. Stepping away from her character's drama, Linnea Grace has been sharing glimpses of her personal life, which is filled with love and adventure. The actress recently took to Instagram to reveal a more down-to-earth side of herself, far removed from the glitz and glamour of Forrester creations. In her latest post, Grace shared a series of photos that offered a peek into her new romance and personal explorations. The first photo showed Grace at an art museum, sporting a casual yet chic look in a navy sweater and wide-leg jeans. With minimal makeup and her hair pulled back in a relaxed half-up style, Grace exuded a natural beauty that contrasted with her polished on-screen persona. The post continued with heartwarming snapshots of her and her boyfriend, Christopher Nykaner, as they explored various California landmarks. The couple, dressed in matching white sweaters and light-washed jeans, radiated happiness and love. The final photo in the series was perhaps the most striking, a romantic kiss atop a hill under the night sky. Captioning her post with, "Falling in love one adventure at a time," Grace left no doubt about her joy. Fans flooded the comments section, expressing their happiness for the actress, while others humorously lamented that her heart was already taken. Who is Christopher Nykaner? For fans curious about the man who has stolen Grace's heart, Christopher Nykaner is not just a handsome face, but also an actor in his own right. Grace's Instagram stories recently featured her tagging Nykaner, playfully captioning a photo of him with "Bring your boyfriend to work day." Smiley face, the couple's shared profession and apparent bond have made them a new favorite pair among fans of the actress. The relationship seems to have brought a refreshing change to Grace's life, which she now balances with her demanding role on The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans are thrilled to see this joyful side of her, a stark contrast to the complicated challenges her character Electra faces on screen. Electra, Will, and Remy, a love triangle brewing. While Grace enjoys a peaceful and romantic personal life, her character Electra's story is anything but tranquil. Electra's friend Remy, once a source of support, has been harboring dark intentions. Using his tech skills to create and distribute deepfakes of Electra, Remy has crossed a line that could have devastating consequences for her career and personal life. The question remains, when will Electra discover the truth about Remy's betrayal? And more importantly, how will Will react when he learns that his relationship with Electra is being sabotaged by someone so close to her? The love triangle that seems to be forming is poised to add layers of complexity to the show, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. Fans react to Grace's personal and on-screen life. The parallels between Linnea Grace's off-screen romance and her character's evolving love story have not gone unnoticed by fans. Many have taken to social media to celebrate her happiness while speculating about what's next for Electra. "Hey, that's not Will," joked one fan in the comments of Grace's Instagram post, blending the lines between fiction and reality. Others have expressed concern for Electra, eagerly awaiting the moment she confronts Remy and clears her name. With so much intrigue surrounding her character, Electra has quickly become one of the most talked about figures on The Bold and the Beautiful. What lies ahead? As we move into the next chapter of The Bold and the Beautiful, both Linnea Grace and her character Electra are at pivotal moments in their respective journeys. For Grace, the love and joy she's experiencing in her personal life provide a heartwarming counterpoint to the tension-filled drama she portrays on screen. For Electra, the stakes have never been higher. Will she find a way to navigate the challenges thrown her way, or will Remy's schemes bring her world crashing down? Final thoughts. Linnea Grace's real-life romance and Electra Forrester's dramatic storylines offer a fascinating juxtaposition that fans can't get enough of. As Grace continues to share her adventures off-screen, viewers remain deeply invested in her on-screen journey, eagerly anticipating every twist and turn. Thank you for tuning in to B&B Spoilers channel. Don't forget to check back for all the latest updates on your favorite characters and actors. Until next time, stay dramatic.